Uh, Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this earth. I am Musa Matt Meacham Jr., broadcasting from Nairobi, Kenya. Well, in the last month or so, I've made it across three different countries in Africa. It's been exciting. I jumped on the plane in at Logan International Airport in Boston just well, less than 2 months ago. But since I left Boston, I have been blessed to go through three African countries: Rwanda, Uganda, and now I am in Kenya. I guess the next move may be I may go to Tanzania, and then maybe I may go come back from up from Tanzania and go to Ethiopia and travel throughout East Africa. This has been a very interesting ordeal, and I've picked up a lot of knowledge, made a lot of friends, and since I've returned to Kenya, I've friends that I knew before I had left. I just run into them on the street. It's quite interesting how life is. I'm just walking somewhere, and then comes a guy. He's waving me down. Musa, Musa. It happened to me several times when I was walking the streets of Nairobi, Kenya. One of the things that it's a blessing when God allows a man to travel and to go to different places to learn different cultures and to learn about people and to learn about life. Well, I'm still talking about my favorite subject. My favorite subject is E equal MC squared. Now, I think Einstein was a good guy. I think he was really a good guy. The man, Einstein, the guy who developed, who discovered and shared E equal MC squared to mankind. I think he was a good guy. I think he loved humanity. I don't think that he hated humanity. But sometimes I guess we do things, and I guess when you get a certain type of knowledge, and what happens is you get devilish people who get that certain type of knowledge and they make it devilish. And I think that's what happened to Einstein's theory. It, I seriously don't think that Albert Einstein was thinking about killing millions of people. But somewhere down the line, as evil men got became aware of a certain knowledge, then what happened in their minds is, wow, I can take this and I can just destroy people with it. Well, I'm still on my crusade. My crusade is to find a formula that perhaps mankind will adapt and it will change the course of history. I don't seriously think that man can really destroy himself. When I say man cannot really destroy himself, it's because who is man? But just an aspect of the universe. And man cannot destroy man. Can, even if he tried. But man can do vicious things. Like you consider the things I can't forget the infamous Adolf Hitler and what Adolf Hitler and his crew did to human beings. Perhaps there were other tyrants or guys like him in history that did these things to other human beings, but he's the closest thing to my history. I don't think in my lifetime or in where I wasn't around when Adolf Hitler was around, but I guess I was not in the era. Well, okay, I am in the era, the era, ERA, the era of Adolf Hitler. But maybe other men did bad things, but I know he did some bad things. He did some bad things to people. So in my city life, and you know, well, you know, you're born, you live, and you die. That's guaranteed to every single thing, every single human entity. We are born and we live and we die. So I'm looking at the way things are in the world, and I say, well, let me make a contribution to the betterment of humanity. Let me play with formulas, and maybe I may be able to offer good solutions for humanity. Because right now, it seems to me that mankind, I think we're in deep trouble now. And I think the things that we try to get other people to do are wrong things, are things that I think these things are wrong. Let's look at what is happening. Let's look at what the ambassadors from the West in the U.S. that they come to Africa and they say to the African people, they say, you must accept a certain lifestyle, or you will not be our friend, or we will not help you. What this thing, at the LBQT, this basically is a promotion of homosexuality. And basically, it seems like the West is trying to push it down the throats of the African people because you got the ambassadors coming to Africa and saying, out from the West, and they said, you don't believe in the humanity of the LBQT people. All of us are human. Okay. So if we accept, okay, if a human being is born with two sex organs, God did that. And I think that's an exception to the rule. And man must have compassion for his fellow man. But when a man says that he wants to use his penis to enter the anus of another man, and you to say to society that this is the way that you must live, then I think that's wrong. I don't think that. First of all, the penis was not made to enter the anus. It was made to urinate and to dispel sperm in the vagina. So it's an abnormality when you say a man should stick his penis in the anus of another man and say that the world must accept this. Why should the world accept this? Okay, let's talk about the act of homosexuality. Okay, we know that God created he created human beings with two heads. If we examine the scope of human existence, there are all type of differences that uh, come about. But sodomy, I mean, okay, let's look at sodomy. Let's just isolate this sodomy. And I think that's the major thing that we're talking about. Okay, you have it, my countrymen. my country, coming to Africa and saying to the people of Africa that look, a man, for you to be our friend and for us to assist you, then you must accept the behavior of men sticking their penises in other men's anuses. What is the purpose of what? Are we creating children? What the act of homosexuality, the act of the act of sodomy, what is the what is gained from it? Are we producing children? What are we get? What we? I know that the act of sodomy is one of the causes of uh, cancer of the ass, cancer of the anus, because I guess when you're doing something to certain parts of the organs that you should not be doing, then it causes certain type of bad things to happen. But it's not right for America to go all over Africa and say that it's people that you must accept the act of sodomy if you are to be our friend. Okay, God created men with human beings with two sex organs. His reason for doing that, I don't know. But I don't think that God created men to stick their penis. He invented men so to stick their penises into the anuses of other men for pleasure. For what other reason is that for? When you when a man put his penis in another man's ass, what's accomplished? I mean, what is accomplished? Okay, that act. Just take your finger and you and play around in your ass. There is a certain type of good feeling that you get. So it seems to me like an abnormality for women to say, let a man stick his penis in another man's anus so that he can have pleasure. I think something's wrong with that. And I think America should stop. America should stop traveling to these different countries, especially in Africa, and say to the people, you have to accept this act. I have to go. There is always an exception to the rule. There are men who are born without arms. There are human beings who are born without legs. There are human beings born with two heads and their feet coming out their stomachs. Those are the exceptions to the rule, and uh, but they are part of humanity. They come out at the womb, and we must respect humanity. But what the act of sodomy is an unnatural act, and America must stop. You must stop sending your ambassadors to Africa, encouraging these people to go against the rules of nature. This is Musa Matt Mitchell Jr. signing off in Nairobi, Kenya, East Africa.